Welcome, brother, to Davidian Update, Episode 2. We'd like to give you an update about what's been going on in the field. As some of you know, we did Episode 1, and we discussed the situation with Davidian Seventh-day Adventist YouTube site. And, of course, that is run by Wave Chief, their leader, Lennox Sam. And we had made a note, and some of you probably have noticed that when you go on their YouTube site, all the videos have been removed. Over 10 years worth of videos have been removed. So to give you a feedback of the situation, we heard from one of the brothers when we brought that up, and he claimed that the excuse was that YouTube took off their videos because they were talking about COVID. Well, that's a flat-out lie, brethren. And, you know, in Proverbs 19:9, it says that those that tell lies will not be saved. Basically, I'm paraphrasing right now, but a false witness will not go unpunished. So the ministry has promulgated with the leader, I suppose, that he's told the members to tell the people that all the videos have been removed because of this false idea. And the videos have been removed, and now they have some newer videos, but they're not into the video content. You have to go to the live section, and you can see some of their latest videos. So basically what it tells us is that the leader, and obviously nothing happens without the leader's direction in that ministry, has removed all those videos. And the only thing that makes sense is that he realizes that there's errors there and wants to cover his tracks. So this is an obvious deception here, trying to pull the wool over the brethren's eyes. And nothing has changed. We were hopeful that maybe there was an epiphany there, that something happened. The leader has reconsidered what he's doing, but no. The latest live videos are more of 24,000 first purification. There's 2 Jezreels. In one of his latest videos, he's now proclaiming there's 2 Jezreels. Brother Hoddif was the first Jezreel, and I guess he's supposing to be the second Jezreel that will be translated. So more deception, brother, I'm sorry to say. We were hopeful, like I said, that there was epiphany here, but absolutely not. It's just more deception and trickery for the brethren. So that's the update on that. Some of you are aware that Brother Davidia passed away. I believe he was 92, and he died peacefully. He just went to sleep and didn't wake up. One of the sisters told us the last few days of his life, and he was in and out of being aware of what was going on. And one of the brethren had read him Isaiah, I guess in the last day or something, and he was listening, but he went to sleep, and now the 2 pioneers, Sister Bonnie and Brother Dare, are gone. So it's very sad that we had to lose those 2, but we will have to carry on with the message without any of the known pioneers still proclaiming it. And so all of this is in the Lord's hands. Number 3. Brother Stanford was admitted to the hospital, an undisclosed illness. Pray for Brother Stanford. I guess it was quite serious. He's been in there for a while. And today they had the convocation at Mountaindale. Obviously he wasn't there. I didn't see, we were there to attend some of the meeting, and I didn't hear or see any update on him. So we don't have much to go on other than it was quite serious, I understand, and he's been in the hospital under the doctor's care. So number 4 is that recently, and I'm sad to say, the devil has been working overtime, as we know, to stop the sealing of the 144,000. He wants any way he can to get the deceptions in among our people. And the latest deception is that, and it's a rehash from many years ago. It started with Ben Roden first, that Brother Hoddif died, and therefore can't be the Elijah of Malachi 4:5, simply because he died, and that's proof right there that he wasn't translated as the original Elijah was. Therefore, we need to look for another. And so this lie started again, as I said, Ben Roden. Right after Brother Hodoff died, he came onto the camp and started promulgating this falsehood. And you can read more about it in Donna Dare's Davidian history book. Donna Dare goes quite extensively into that situation. But Satan has rehashed this lately, and there's been some YouTube presentations and some Zoom meetings and so forth promulgating that the same thing, that Brother Hodoff cannot be the Elijah. He did not restore all things. He was not translated, and they use a few references from the rod to misinterpret and say that, see here, there's going to be a prophet in the church at Ezekiel 9. And should God send another prophet? A couple quotes here. And of course, it's all misrepresented. And we're going to put a link in our description box because we have addressed this quite extensively in one of our recent pre-11th hour videos. So you can listen to it. And I think you'll be enlightened because we go into all the fallacies of this false teaching. And so we wanted to bring that to your attention so you're aware that this is one of the latest snags that's been promulgated out in Davidia. So be careful of that. Like I said, the evil one is working overtime with his agents to trip us up. And that's the latest trip up that's occurred. All right, now we're going to give you an update on Israel. As we know, as Present Truth believers, we need to watch this area. We need to find out the movements and what exactly is taking place right now. And this site, The Watchman with Eric Stackelbeck, is a very good site to keep you updated. And we're going to play a short clip of one of his latest videos, giving an update on Israel and the situation there. The title of it is, Will Israel Strike First? And, you know, I've always been inclined to think that way. I've always been persuaded of this, that Israel is, as we know, not truly being reclaimed by God's people. These are imposters. They're not God's people there today, and therefore they're going to make moves that aren't in God's way. And I think that they're going to attack first and provoke something, and that's going to lead to a snowball effect, which we see is Zechariah 14 happening. We don't know this for sure, but if you look at the current events, it sure looks like that. And Eric Steckelbeck will give us some more of an update, and let's take a look at this.
First, in a coming war with Iran's proxies. Plus, Biden and Bibi finally set to meet in the United States. Get all the breaking details next. Hey folks, Eric Stackelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast. We just passed the 17-year anniversary of the outbreak of the Second Lebanon War, pitting Israel against the Iran-backed terror group Hezbollah, which controls southern Lebanon now even more than it did 17 years ago with an iron fist. Well, that border has largely been quiet over the past 17 years, but in recent months, it has been heating up, and folks, tensions are very high right now between Israel and Hezbollah. Remember, Hezbollah is Iran's most lethal proxy, armed with some 150,000, if not more, rockets and missiles pointed at every inch of the world's one and only Jewish state. And by the way, an increasing amount of those missiles are precision guided. Not only that, Hezbollah has tens of thousands of well-trained, well-armed foot soldiers, and according to Hezbollah leader Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, in a future engagement with the Israel Defense Forces, Hezbollah will look to cross the border into northern Israel and seize towns inside Israel. All that to say, this is obviously a grave threat for Israel. It's unsustainable in the long term, which brings us to the question that I'm going to pose on today's newscast. Will Israel be forced eventually, perhaps sooner rather than later, to act preemptively against Hezbollah and, by extension, Iran's other proxies, which are perched on Israel's borders on all sides? We call it here in the newscast the ring of fire that surrounds Israel, whether it's, of course, Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad to the south in Gaza, further south even in Yemen, we've got the Houthis. Then to the east, we have those Iranian-backed Shia militias in Iraq, and of course Syria to the north as well. As you can see, Israel quite literally surrounded, and oh, by the way, the West Bank, which we call Judea and Samaria, the biblical heartland here in the newscast, has also become an Iran-backed terror hub, in particular in recent months. Add all that up, and it is, in my view, an untenable situation for Israel. And now, after 17 years, again, all of a sudden, the northern border over the past few months has certainly been heating up. What will Israel do? I'm going to lay out two potential scenarios for you. Also, on yesterday's newscast, we talked about the planned phone call that Joe Biden was going to make to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. That call was scheduled for yesterday, Monday, July 17th, and it did happen. And apparently now Bibi and Biden will meet in the United States this coming fall. We've got today on the newscast, will Israel be...
Okay, brethren, so that was the latest update that we have for you. If you'd like to get to contact with us, you can see the information here on the screen. And again, we are having Sabbath studies every Sabbath. We did not have a Sabbath study in our normal free conference call site. We did have it on Zoom, but some of the brethren wanted to attend Mountain Dale's convocation. And just a little update on that. As we proclaimed before in some of our presentations, we believe that Mountain Dale is under probation. The Lord has given them time to come into the truth. You know, some of the brethren will say, well, I don't believe that. And you know, where do you get that from? Well, just study the history. And we've documented that on the history. Every movement that the Lord transfers his storehouse, his main headquarters, he's always given probation for those people before that transfer is officially made. Take for instance Jesus, right? I mean, here Jesus was sitting there watching the old lady give the two mites in the temple. And what did he do? He commended the lady. And what was she doing? She was giving her tithes to a church that wanted to kill him. This was showing probation. Bear with these people. Do not, get away from them yet. You've got to give them time to come into the truth. So therefore, we at Pre-11th Hour Ministry are obeying the Lord in his history and the way he's treated the situations. And we're giving Mountain Dale time to come in line with the truth. And there will be a certain time where we have to say enough is enough. There's been enough time for them to reconsider. They have rejected the invitation. We must move on. So right now we're pleading with our brethren at Mountain Dale. We attended, some of us attended their session, both on Zoom, and one of our brethren that was there today at the actual Mountain Dale headquarters. And so we're trying to reach out and see if there's any windows of hope, anything that we can do to help our brethren. So that concludes our update today, brethren, and we hope you've been blessed. Until next time, may the Lord continue to guide you into all truth.